Hello again and welcome back, ghouls and goblins. My name's Hello Good Game, pleased to be your host within this Magic the Gathering Arena deck guide video, playing a new standard best of one deck in Mythic rank every single day. We'll showcase our deck lists in depth, breaking down the strategies and synergies held within, giving you a better idea of how to pilot the deck a little bit more effectively than you would blindly. Of course, we'll move on and demonstrate this against not only the best decks, but best players as well in the game within our Mythic Ranked gameplay footage. And of course, we'll wrap up with our final thoughts, deck review, and channel news to conclude today's video. If you want to help out and support the cause, it is easy peasy and truly does mean quite a bit. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, join the community Discord if you're looking for help with your personal deck. All right, cheers. Let's take a look at our new deck, Izzet Discard.
It's a new lap record!
First things first, I am thoroughly impressed with how effective this build is working in the current meta. We are beating, dare I say, domain decks. We're beating control decks. We even beat a couple aggro decks today, chat. All top archetypes with an original Izzet mid-range discard build. First thing I'll draw your attention to will be the Capricious Hellraiser for 6 mana, a 4/4, and it will cost 3 less to cast if you have 9 or more cards in your graveyard. That's pretty extensive, and hence why it is an Izzet Discard deck. We're going to be just tossing our full hand into the grave as many times as we can to reduce the Hellraiser's cost, as well as filling it up, because when it enters the battlefield as a 4/4 with flying, you're going to exile 3 cards at random from your grave, and you can actually cast a non-creature, non-land card from among them, copy it without paying its mana cost, which is pretty good, right? So a lot of removal in the deck and value that we can get going for free, which is really cool. And then the All-Seeing Arbiter for 6 mana, a 5/4 with flying, and when it enters the battlefield or attacks, draw 2 cards and then discard a card. Whenever you discard a card, target creature an opponent controls gets -X, -0 until the end of turn, where X is the total number of different mana value cards among cards in your graveyard. So there's a ton of draw. We can apply this multiple times each turn to, again, not only sift through our deck to find the Hellraisers, to reduce the Hellraisers, to fill the graveyard, to free cast with the Hellraisers, but also the ability to slow down our opponent's damage output is really, really nice, right? Both these creatures are flying as well, so very, decent damage output with that evasion. And then a bunch of discard, right? The rest of the deck is basically discard. So we'll move into the Thirst for Discovery, 3 mana, sorcery speed, draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you discard a basic land card. And then also at 3 mana, sorcery speed, as it is a legendary artifact, the Brass Tunnel Grinder. Entering the battlefield, discard any number of cards, then draw that many +1. And at the beginning of your end step, if you descended this turn, put a board counter on it, 3 counters, and you will transform it into the Searing Rift, at which point, if you use mana to cast a permanent spell with the Rift, you will discover X, where X is that spell's mana value. So we have a 6 mana Hellraiser that can be reduced to 3 while still now discovering 6 as it's played. Yeah. So that's very good. And, good luck on your discover there, of course. Again, not only that, but like we said earlier, within the grinder, the ability just to toss our whole hand and draw new cards to, facilitate the deck's synergies. We do have removal in the deck through the Warcrafting, 3 mana, 5 damage to creature or planeswalker. Excess damage will allow you to look at that many cards off the top of your library, putting them into exile and having the ability to cast, choosing one of them into exile and casting it that turn. They don't all go to exile, but nonetheless, very good. Damage output here for 3, and it can find us a land. It can find us a new spell to play. And coupling that with Strangle, 1 mana, sorcery speed, 3 damage to creature or planeswalker. And then, some additional interaction within 2 copies of our Negate for 2 instant speed, countering target non-creature spell. And then finally, our last non-creature that's generating value here will be the Otherworldly Gaze for 1. Surveil 3, looking at the top 3 cards of your library, putting any number of them into the graveyard. The rest can stay on the top in any order, which is great, and we can recast it from the grave for 2, but keep in mind when we do that, it is exiled, reducing our grave, but again, it fills it, so it's fine, right? And then some cheaper creatures on the front end, which help our synergies as well. The Ledger Shredder, again, has flying alongside our bros on the top end, which is quite nice. A 1/3, when you cast, or either player, I should say, casts their second spell each turn, the Shredder will connive. So this is a draw and discard. If it's a non-land permanent, it will get a +1/+1, which is pretty cool. And as well as Malcolm in the House for 2. A 2/1 with flash and flying, so allowing you to hold up some instant speed interaction and cast Malcolm if you're allowed. Of course, whenever it deals combat damage to a player, put a chorus counter on it, draw a card, then discard a card. If there are 4 more chorus counters on Malcolm, you may cast a discarded card without paying its mana cost, which is very cool because we do have that All-Seeing Arbiter in the deck, and even potentially the Hellraiser. And at the end of the day, literally anything's good value. Free spells are free spells. It helps to have them be more valuable and be more expensive, but, still, it's all good. And, just the draw and discard there is phenomenal. We have Inti as well for 2, but on the ground, right? A 2/2. Whenever you attack, you may discard a card. When you do, put a +1/+1 counter on target attacking creature. It gains trample until the end of turn. And whenever you discard 1 or more cards, exile the top card of your library, and you may play that card until the end of your next end step. Which is really good, right? Because we have all of this discard in the deck, which can trigger Inti's ability, getting cards into exile to still play this turn. It can be a little aggressive, but it's fine. Only 2 copies of it. I wouldn't worry about it. It's a legendary anyways. So this is the deck as a whole. Strangle and Gaze for 1. On 2, we have the Scoundrel, which actually we did not talk about, alongside Inti in red. A 1/1 for 2 with haste. When it enters the battlefield, choose 1, discard a card, and draw a card. Create a treasure token or a wicked roll token attached to a creature you control. So that's quite nice. Very good versatility here. The draw discard is our main focus, but the treasure's not bad, and the roll token can get it, in the game as far as being a relevant blocker a lot of the times against some of the aggro decks as well. That is the deck as a whole. We've got a lot of 2-drop creatures, like I said. Some negate here for interaction on 2 as well. And then on 3, a lot of value with our removal, which also does generate value. And then our, late game creatures with flying also generate quite a bit of value as well. The theater here in our land to fill the grave, it is going to sacrifice as it enters. You grab a basic island or mountain and gain 1 life. The ruin, we can pay to sacrifice it, destroying non-basic that our opponent controls, which is great. The Reef as a creature land, a 2/1 with first strike, scry 1 when it attacks. Sorry, the Spire. And then the Reef and the Coast as our dual lands for consistency. Crucible of Defiance and Soaring City as our utility lands, and then our basics for the theater. And again, within our land base, we want to make sure we get 2 red out as a priority for Warcrafting, as it is on 3, and then the 2 blue for the Arbiter, as well as our 3rd red source for the Hellraiser, right? It's very easy, and the mana is very consistent, specifically with the theater, right? That doubles down in filling our grave, which is quite nice. So that's the deck. I hope you enjoy. Not only is it a ton of fun, I've had matches where, we're going against these quote-unquote value-based decks, and they're at like 40 cards, and we're down to like 16 cards in our library. Full field, counter spells in hand, let's go. So sometimes it pays to draw, right? I hope you don't run into a shield, right? But, we do have the spells to take care of that, right? The Warcrafting is quite nice. You can double up on some strangles, potentially. It's all right. Maybe they block. Maybe you can get a block in as well, right? So you never know. Good luck. I hope you guys enjoy. Today's gameplay footage is really cool as well, so don't go anywhere. And then we'll wrap up with our final thoughts. On the draw, pretty decent land. Playing slow while we can. Just grab, I guess, an island. Most likely straight up removal. But we should still attempt our playlines, right? I guess we will attack first and foremost. Well, never mind. Inti is a go. I guess just toss the land too, right? Because we're obviously going to draw new lands. Double Virtue. I love it. You love to see it. Well, you don't always draw creature lands, though. I'm just going to toss it all. It's a lot of land. I was thinking maybe keep that other grinder, but I'm sure this just gets removed. Prior to becoming a land, right? I'm not sure they're going to give me too much value, but we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. We're at 4, we go to 5, looking to get to 6. This is a discard for us as well with the channel. That triggers our, oh, what's it called? Descend. Things I should know. Our discard. Okay, okay. That's pretty good. Another land. Just rush 6, I guess. Trigger our land. So we're going to keep Negate. Strangle's worthless. I guess the land can go too. Well, maybe just a Strangle. Let's take down the Carnosaur. No attack. We need them not to do anything this turn. We do have Hellraiser available. I'm going to take 4. They maybe have a third virtue. Maybe it's a ley line at instant speed. Okay. Play the land. Play your creature. Holding the gate up. I hate this game. Do we drop our negate for the draw? I don't think so. This is their only blue land. But I'm sure they have an island. So we shall see. Do we race? I think we certainly do. Reef goes. And then just target the Stomper. Flip our Rift, which is great, and now we can discover, which is great. Mm, 8 damage is substantial considering there is a field wipe incoming. I guess only 6. It's reduced from the Arbiter. So we get a clean block, taking 4 only, but still. Yeah. Not impressed. Do you think they themselves have a counterspell? We'll try to pull it, if it is. Alright, they do draw. We counter before the draw in case the draw was the counter. Angel! Equal to its mana value? Which is 6. Okay. Oh. Do we even have anything good? It's all land. Except the Tunneler. Maybe first let's draw and discard. I think that's always a good option. Big damage as well. Discard this worthless thing. I think we just chill because it's going to be another field wipe. Seven mana. We're best to hold our draw for... I'm thinking domain player. Settle down. You're playing the best deck in game. Yeah, okay. Okay. You're hilarious! See what we got. You're not a counterspell. Is this permanent? Yeah. Let's see what else we get. Domain players, am I right? Discard 2 cards. Alright. They get it. We'll wait. But we're going to gaze. End of step. Alright, they're tapped out. We can go for it. These can actually all go. Bro, you're upset that I'm looking through my library? I'm sorry I have options. You're used to winning the value war, but you couldn't, or? I think we've got a nice hand still, right? Ton of value here. I'm ready to beat down some domain deck, baby. Let's go! Going first, I love it. Probably crushing through on curve as much as possible. Let's try to fill our grave. Everything must go. Oh, that has flash. Wouldn't have mattered. They were tapped, that's why I played it, because now they can't counter it. I did it on purpose. You can't tell me what to do. This has haste. I might just take the Wicked roll. In case they virtue us. And then at least we're getting the trade, right? Okay, so I like that we didn't cast that. We had a good discard. Because I want to keep the removal, and I wouldn't want to throw the Hellraiser, right? Field Wipe City. Oh! Off the top. You love to see it, ladies and gentlemen. We can gaze. Like, I want to get to 5 is the thing, right? So I want to play the Hellraiser and still hold up Negate. So we're actually tossing the Warcrafting. It's not great, I get it. I guess I should have kept the land until post-attack. Oh, we can't counter that. Nice. Okay. Does go to the grave, though, right? We could do this. Well, it does remove itself from the grave, so it actually reduces it by 1. We could maybe fill it by 2. We just leave it, right? Oh, I hate that. It's not counterable, though. Gross, dude. I'm glad we got rid of those. You're ridiculous. Three mana up. Good enough. There's a lot of land in that graveyard, though. Big money, no whammies. Ugh. I'm just submitting 0. I need these cards. Let's take out a blocker, I guess. And then the 2/2 can get through. Okay, they discard, light the way. Interesting. So are they playing a flicker deck? Could be. Smashadelphia? Remember, this has flash. Let them have it, right? It's a destroy. Goes to the grave, that's fine. Opens up our 3-mana Hellraiser for us. We get the Warcrafting, which is great. On a token. Exile the top 4, play 1. I only have 3 mana and I need to hold up Negate. So it's just the Gaze or a land. Unfortunately. It happens. These lands are wild. This 200 land deck I've got here, you know? All right. Gaze is open. Negate is open. We're probably not going to gaze, though. They discard a Emperor? What? Oh, that's not good. What would they search for? An instant or sorcery card. I hope it can't be countered. You love to see it. They could have a counterspell, right? And maybe I'm going to regret this extensively, but they would take our graveyard. Oh, I don't even get anything, brother. All right. We have 31 cards left in library still. Our opponent is at 43. I would love a creature land at this point in the match. Reef goes. Do they have the counterspell? 7. Play their 8th land, 6 mana wipe, and a 2 mana counter. Let's see it. 3 unknown cards. Could be. 1 was a top deck. 1 was a top deck. Oh, we've been waiting. We've been waiting. A good game to use. That's a top 1500 control player that we take out with an original mid-range. Opponent goes first. Let's keep 7. One island, please. The life gain helps sustain us, which is nice against some of the aggro decks, but it's not really substantial, right? So pretty thin margin there. What does the mono black deck do? They pass Adelphia? Well, I'll play into removal. I don't care. A Virtue, of course, right? Most likely. Dead Weight. Into a Gift of Fangs. You're 98% with this deck? Bro, I connive and dodge it. Oh no, this is -2, -2. Honestly, I'm gonna toss the land. Well, no. But the connive won't matter, because this is -2, -2 as well, right? So let's toss the land. Just fill in the grave as fast as we can. Taking our third mountain. Second Shredder is in play. Preacher is a go. Nice card. So, we just dunk Adelphia, right? If I play... Hopefully we don't draw land, but we might. This is going to be our second cast for the Connive. Yeah, I mean, things to cast with the Hellraiser, right? Just toss it all. We're at 10. We get the reduction, hit for 2. Gix Adelphia. I love that card. It's so good. So, big money, no whammies. See what we get? Or should we mill first for more goodies in there? I see shredders. I see a lot of land. I'm going to mill first. Kind of want to leave that there to confirm our kill on Gix. And then we can connive it to kill Gix, leaving the Hellraiser there for now. Tossing our Arbiter. It's not pretty. Land, Arbiter, Scoundrel all go. Good value cards. And now we take the Gix, eliminating their draw engine. Hitting for 3 down to 15. Don't you? Okay, we can't block. Really? We do connive. I'll toss the land. We might regret that. Cut down. Gift of face. Dude, you're wild. We do lose a life, which is fine. We have plenty of it. Oh, that's actually beautiful. What a wonderful world. Wonderful world. Big money, no whammies. Do you know how unimpressed I am with you right now? Do we kill our own creature to get rid of those damage triggers? No, because you're holding up Negate. And the connive is important. Attack for -1. Yeah. I don't want to kill my own boy because we're holding Negate. And we have to cast that card this turn. Loss of life is whatever. All right. I literally love those cards, though. Let's get the land on top. Hit for 4. Hitting for minus should heal your opponent. That would be cool. I'm not going to risk it. All right, I don't want to take down that Negate. Losing life, that's fine. Land out is really important to us. Take our hit. Hold up Negate. We are just winning the tempo race. Don't tap out into a field wipe. Not impressed. Maybe Negate can go. It all can go. That's pretty good. I'm a little bit more worried now. This is good too, though, right? We still have winning tempo, I believe. I might regret that. I'm just not even playing it. Right? All right, 4, we hit for lethal. We have the negate to protect or limit life gain. Should just be a nice tempo win. Three cards in hand we don't see. Yeah, I was thinking not so much, though. Good game. Not too shabby. Going first with a fairly resilient hand, a lot of draw. The deck is quite resilient as a whole, with all that draw. Playing a little bit slower than we would typically like, but it's okay. It's not like we're playing against mono red aggro or anything. Oh, gain that life back. Land literally doesn't matter. All right, it's a very friendly mana base. The Gruul deck, just as good as mono red, if not better. Oh, I might take the turn off. From playing tap lands, that is. And we're going to just rush our curve on this turn. I honestly think this is fairly important right now. I don't think we can ever set tempo against them, but I will just defend and slow them down. It's a hard matchup. Really hard matchup. They are so fast. They could have removal. They could have protection. They could, you know, have other battle tricks like Monstrous Rage. Okay. Okay. Absolutely can't leave it there. Has to go. We actually do get a good block, taking some damage still, and they get the draw. Not the end of the world. The life gain is important to me, so I will take it within the theater. We have also descended, so it's a good turn for the grinder. I'm going to actually keep Thirst, maybe. We have 3. It would only be 6 anyways. Throw 2 lands to draw 2 lands. Classic. Okay, this is good. We need more removal immediately. find a strangle, draw the strangle, cast the strangle. Not you. You might help, though. Good luck. This is not doing much. And we have 8 in the grave, so we will need to put 1 more in the grave. I'm going to make a treasure. And then we have thirst available to us. As well as a terrible, terrible chump block. The tunnel won't be flipped in time, I don't believe. I don't think we can wait for it. The discover is really nice, but... ugh. Don't let the 2-land fool you. The deck runs on 2 land. They're literally exactly where they want to be. Oh my god. Run. Do we sack our land? Sack the land and treasure, go down to 4. I'm not against it. Oh, they went into exile. I hate my life. We can still do it, though. We can gaze. My bad. They all go. And then we're in play. Good luck on the random RNG. The random. Absolutely. Oh! BINGO. Nice removal for us. That is worth its weight. And we transform. Okay. Maybe they scoop. Nope. Their name is COVID-19. That's wild. Oh my god. Becky, look at that top deck. It doesn't even kill the dragon. That's so cool. It does take us to 11, though. And the All-Seeing Arbiter could have nuked it, but it's better just to get it off the field, right? Toss the gaze. May as well play the land. Let's hit for 4. Or keep the land to discard. That's most responsible with discovery, right? Druids a go. Arbiter should win us the game. Right? Land Adelphia. Throw it all. Nice. Malcolm in play for free off the discovery. Or discover. And we toss the land. So many lands. Oh, that's good. That is much better. And I don't think this druid will be doing any damage next turn. I, on the other hand, will be. Toss the tunnel. Druid is minus 16 too. Bro. How am I going to deal any damage? All right. We do get an Iconoclast in play with haste. And a growth, taking it to 7. Not enough, though, Hugh. Not enough, though. Great game. Great game. We do get going there just in the nick of time. Going first, 2 land, both slow. But like an actual hand, if we can curve out, I don't mind. Okay. Is it Boros? Is it mono white? Either way, it's Convoke, and we should deal with it accordingly. Remove their creatures so it is harder for them to Convoke. Right? Selesnya? I still think it would be a Convoke deck. No land, I cry. I cry. Ouch. Ooh. I have to keep Malcolm to draw the land. We still attack, right? And do the draw discard anyways. Toss the tunnel. Kill an Impicall. I know, I wish, but it's not happening. We were kind of forced into playing a land prior. This hand is not good, though. Oh! I love Jetmir in an Impicall build. One of my favorite builds of the set. Aggro-wise, you know, that wasn't really focused on. That's problematic. We'll just not draw land now. I do. 7. We almost have to gaze. Though this would be 8, this would be 9. But I think we need to defend that, do we not? Or else we're just going to die. But they probably gain trample anyways. We could easily just gaze 9. And then this turn we're defending at least if they don't get trample. Trample is 6. I don't think they will. They might. Let's hope. I need to rush Hellraiser into a exiled Warcrafting on Jetmir, is my hope. Right? I mean, there's ways out. It's always going to be difficult, don't get me wrong, but it does exist. We were kind of forced into an Anim removal earlier, and they're doing just a great job at applying pressure through high-value cards turn after turn. Yeah, there you go. Great example of that here. It's a good thing we got rid of a Nim, but at the same time, now there's a Helena and not just a Jetmir to deal with, right? So block lethal. Still not looking too hot, though. Let's kill Helena. We're down to 5. Big money, no whammies. Big money, no whammy. Oh! Bro, really? You left them all there, did you? You're just like, I'll take the lands. Let me get those lands for you. Good game to use. A little slow. Malcolm should save us. Right? Discard the Arbiter. And then obviously play it a little later on for free. In a perfect world, there's nothing in place. We don't need to strangle sorcery speed. So there you go. This will be our second mountain. We do need 3 of them. Let's always keep that in mind. 3 mountains, 2 islands. We Gucci, homie. That I might immediately dunk on. And then we can gaze. Or we could just wait and flash in. I think this is something we want to remove, though. It's too good to leave. It's too good to leave. And what if they power it up out of my reach? Because I am restricted to sorcery speed. Okay. I mean, that would have been a better removal, but... Graveyard, graveyard... Graveyard... Everything must go. Typically, unless it's a Hellraiser. Or something you need in the moment. I'm going to take a second blue source here. Just because we do have the Arbiter. Pass over. I will flash block the Naturalist, as I, A, have 2 of the Legendary in hand, but B, value that Naturalist quite highly. Oh, no. Hopefully it puts it on itself. I'm going to look at it. Be like, that's the problem. That's the problem. Okay. I guess maybe they still have a land and I should not have played, but I assume that they're all done. I'm going to attack first and, you know, see what we can draw. We'll probably just discard the other Malcolm, but... And then remember that we will be utilizing our Otherworldly Gaze. This is a hard match. This is like boss level material. It just immediately copies itself. That's flawless, homie. I think we can maybe call this one a good game. Oh! Brah! Oh, just put it all on the attackers, man. Don't even worry about it, mate. You've done it. You've gone wild. What? They always have it, right? This deck and the girl deck, they're just like, don't worry, we've got it. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Everything's under control. Almost unbelievable until you experience it yourself over and over and over. So they have 27 life, a gazillion hit points in play. We have 8 life and a 2/1. This is still a match somehow. LOL. Let's see what we get. Just, you know, for curiosity's sake. Get this thing out of there. I mean, we're obviously dead through the Machiko, but... good game to use. All right, opponent's going first. Land is good, but come on, Randy. Really? You better be good. But you're throwing everything to the grave. You don't actually draw. Do I mulligan this hand? Well, we can really race, though. I'm going to risk the bisque. Oh, turn 1, Kumano. There's certain things in this game I love to see. And of course they have it. They always have it. I'm going to take the blue source here. Oh, really? Followed up by a Swift Spear? Or 2 of them! Oh, my Lanta. Just settle down, bro. We got 2. We go to 3, 4, 5, 6. We do need, I believe, 9. You're going to curve into a Godric on Kumano flip as well. That's your playline? That's your playline? What an absolute legend. I kind of need to keep that. Wow. I mean, I suspected it would be a little slow. I didn't assume I'd be playing against the fastest deck in-game, which makes our job of stabilizing very hard to... You've got another! That's hilarious. Wow. Good game. And that's why we should have mulliganed. Mono red on the play. Very fun. Izzet Discard. Actually, one of my most successful Izzet decks this set. Honestly, I did not expect it to perform so well. It's doing wonders in those mid-range and control matchups. A little bit tight within those aggro and tempo plays or matchups, but I think if you get the right hands and the shuffler's cooperative, you can still win them, right? We have a ton of 2-drops. There's 7 removal cards, 2 counter spells, the Arbiter, and we can recast those from the grave with the Hellraiser. Let's keep in mind as well that we're focusing in on, as well as the Arbiter. So, I really like it. One thing that, I would look to change is, maybe we can find something crazier to capitalize on with the Hellraiser, recasting from our grave, so it's not just, strangles, warcraftings, thirsts, and grinders, which isn't bad because we draw more Hellraisers, we draw more Arbiters, we get rid of the filler, like get rid of this land, and then we're just left with good stuff from our deck, right? And we're piling it on turn after turn quite quickly because of the draw, right? The access to value within the deck. I don't know. Whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, become a YouTube member, join the community Discord. Oh, I was going to say maybe something to capitalize on with the Hellraiser. Ideas. Comments below. Cheers. If you ever need help with your personal deck, join the community Discord. Myself and the community are looking forward to helping you there. But most importantly, have an absolute magical day, and I cannot wait to see you soon in the next.